What's up, guys? It's Griffin and Matt here from Maplewood, Missouri, coming at you for the weekly Eddie's live stream. The guitar I've got right here is a PRS Wood Library DGT in sandstorm finish. I believe it's a private stock color that they used on a Wood Library, so it's like you get the private stock finish for the Wood Library price, which is nothing to shake a stick at, but, you know, still a little bit less painful than the private stock price, you know. So you see it sounds incredibly balanced, plays with gain super well. That's on neck pickup. Here's some bridge pickup, maybe some rhythm stuff. So just super balanced. Enough output to get you going, but not so much that you're like having to choke your bridge or anything like that, you know? See what I'm saying? You don't hear too much crosstalk. So you can get a pinch harmonic out of it if you really want.
I think the DGT pickups too are kind of the PAF-ish pickup within the PRS world anyway. That's kind of the
everybody's got theirs, you know.
Right. Yeah. So without being the world's highest output humbucker, I think it's pretty compatible with clean, dirty, you know, almost anything you want to plug it into.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll make your double cut sound like a single cut. This one has a pretty insane flame maple neck. Let me get it at the camera B over here. Pretty much anything you get from here is going to have that's Wood Library or, you know, one of our other brands. If we've got flame maple on something, it's going to be at least this figured, which is super impressive.
Is that torrified too, or is that stained?
I believe it's torrified.
I don't remember, honestly. Super comfortable neck. I really love the finish on it. It doesn't stick. I'm really picky about necks that stick, and it's definitely, and I can see it would probably get better over time too. Not that it needs to get any better. Let's hear some cleans with it. Like I'm picking real hard and it doesn't like get all honky. Like it doesn't want to bark at you a little bit, which I'm a big fan of. Probably plays with some modulated effects really well too. Anything I've got on the wall, or really any questions in general about what we do here, or what you're grilling this weekend, or did you buy any cool knives on Amazon, or really anything else? Yeah, we'd like to hear about your knives.
Let's hear about some knives. Got Jay Jones in the chat saying Tell Matt thanks for the Goodall and the Jewett guitar that I bought. Still in love.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jay, thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us. Yeah, a pair of very fine instruments. Appreciate you
Good
joining
choice.
us.
Yeah, maybe Jeff will join us today. He's been checking out a few of the streams.
Mr.
I know.
Jewett?
Yeah, I know it's an electric stream, so odds are not quite as high as they would be. But yeah, that dude's a wealth of information.
Oh, yeah.
And is involved with more guitars than you'd think he would be. If he's the Kevin Bacon of the guitar world. There's not 6 degrees of separation between Jeff Jewett and most of the guitars you've ever seen.
Probably very true, indeed, with all the finishes and colorants and just all the stuff he's had his hands in over so many years in the instrument industry and beyond too. Not just guitar related stuff, but furniture. Any kind of wood that needs a little stain or a little color or even just finish. That's Jeff has probably dealt with it. So.
Yeah, it's funny that it's kind of like when people win the big, I guess the first big rosewood shortage that I saw when I was a guitar player. It was from I heard it was from furniture. It wasn't even from instruments, and it's funny to think of oh wow, we're so insulated and self-involved in the guitar community. You're like, oh wait, someone else could need rosewood for something. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if we even mentioned yet. This is kind of our recent arrivals.
Yes.
If it wasn't in the title, which Andro, I guess, probably.
Yeah.
It's in the titles. It's in the title.
Yeah. Little safety net, our human safety net over there of Alejandro. And if it seems like I'm pulling some of this information off a cheat sheet, I am, because so many of these guitars are so new that there's a few of these that just came in today. So we were coming up with information like this Tele over here. I'm very excited about. There's everything on this wall I'm very excited about.
Did you tune it?
I did. I tuned it many times. But all of you that have seen my streams before know how hard I pick. So there's a good chance I'll knock it out of tune within playing the first couple.
Let me help you there. Let me do something.
Colin Logan was asking if that's an Eddie's Guitars shirt Matt's rocking.
It sure is. A vintage Eddie's Guitar shirt. I don't know if you can see that. This is one of the old school ones from, we were talking about it earlier. I don't remember even when it's from. Early 2000s? Out of production.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. You can find it on his Depop for...
or his OnlyFans.
Yeah. What?
So this SG right here is a Tony Iommi signature, the Monkey. That is what the box said. It said the Monkey in quotation marks, and I am not a Sabbath historian or anything like that, so I don't know the etymology.
Monkey sticker on it. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess there's probably one in the case somewhere then.
there is,
Yeah. I bet. Yeah. This thing, while difficult, hopefully my body language cannot illustrate how much this thing wants to not stay on my lap, but this thing sounds phenomenal.
You, Grandpa?
Rip it!
I've gone full boomer, everybody. It would feel disrespectful to play anything other than pentatonic for the first time. And just in Tony, did I say Tommy Iommi?
No, you
I
said
said Tony Iommi. Okay.
What pickups are in that guitar?
These are just the they just list them as P90. Not a
I
specific
wanted
set.
Griffin to
but-
answer that question.
Griffin's hip on the P90s. He's got, what do you got?
Yeah.
what is that Tele that you have with the P90?
Oh, I used to have a GNL ASAT Special with
That thing is
with the
awesome.
MFDs. Those are my favorite. I guess they're not technically P90s, but man, they sound good. And I'm ordering a Grosh with a P90 in the neck, and that should be awesome. I'll talk more about that when we get to the Grosh that we're playing. That thing is sweet.
What do you guys think is up with the fact that that bridge is so close to that pickup, so far up the body? That's a little different, right?
It honestly, it does. The position of my palm feels kind of strange on it, but it's not a negative thing. It does just feel a little unfamiliar.
Well, with what they have going on here, it's almost, from your perspective anyway, Hondro, almost probably an optical illusion, because this guitar started out, or his original guitar started out with humbuckers.
Okay.
It was a 64 SG. That's why these giant black covers are there
to fill the space.
the void
Yeah.
where humbuckers used to be. So that's why it almost looks like that bridge is real tight up.
Yeah, and in true Tony Iommi fashion, these strings are absolutely tiny,
Yeah.
which is why I had knocked it out of tune again by the time it went back out on the wall. I play with really...
That's just a Gibson authentic thing, period.
Matt has not heard me play this many pentatonic scales in the 7 months that I've worked
That's
here.
true. I'm impressed.
The setup on this thing is like phenomenal. You have to put zero effort into playing anything. You can imagine having an industrial accident and cutting your fingertips off and just going right home to this guitar and being able to shred it right away, you know? Like, it's historically accurate.
I know those are like true P90s too.
Yeah.
They're not like a dummy coil.
Yes, yeah. So, as you can hear...
But they're a little noisy, but they ain't bad.
Oh no! Yeah, compared. I
Gain
mean,
and everything.
yeah, the amount of gain I have on this patch. This is like an Engel Savage being pushed by a compressor by like 6. Like it's cranked. So it's pretty authentic that there would be some of that. I mean, you go into middle setting and it's not much better. It's not, I really expected something different right there, but the tone itself is phenomenal. Super articulate, super articulate.
I got one for you, Griffin. Kyle C says, imagine clicking on a stream and Griffin is dad rocking an SG. How opportune.
Yeah, that's
all of our feeling right now.
Yeah. I really wanted to throw everybody for a loop.
Thank you for vocalizing it.
Yeah. So we were all thinking it. Kyle said it, you know. But like I said, it would feel disrespectful to play many other things. The little shreddy licks I was playing, while easy and while they sound good, I mean, the legacy of the Sabbath is undeniable, you know.
Hey man, that's better than what I can do on there.
Yeah, and
no
it would be
complaints
better
here.
than if I tried to play like Iron Man or something on it. Like if I tried to actually play a Sabbath riff. I haven't played one since, you know, we all worked at the unnamed guitar store that you hear a lot of those at, and I've probably heard all those riffs enough times to where my hands won't let me play them anymore. Like it's I'm allergic to it. I'm allergic to them. But I don't expect this thing to last very long.
How many SGs do you get to come with a free monkey sticker? I mean, that alone, regardless of whose name is attached to it.
You're absolutely right. I was playing over him. That's a testament. Is I just kept playing right over him talking. That it's a pretty playable guitar. I was like making eye contact and still just playing over. Yeah, great. Good thing I can hear you. But no, this is a excellent. If you like SGs, which honestly they're one of my least favorite guitars, if I'm being complete, but this one is the definitive one. Like, if you want an SG with P90s, this is it. Like, it's definitive. It rocks. Like, it just, like I said, I'm a guy who plays sitting down all the time. I'm a dork. Like, I can't do this, you know? I feel like I'm like in an old Civil War painting trying to maintain the body language of holding this thing up. Other than that, everything about this guitar rips. Unbelievable. We'll keep the Gibson train going.
Indeed, indeed.
From USA to custom shop.
I like that color.
This Heather Poly is amazing. And this isn't Eddie's exclusive, but it's a PSL, so it means we selected the woods for it, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
So this you can only get this here.
Do you want to play the Collings right after that? Do you think?
Do you think I should?
I think we should.
It would be an interesting shootout.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we have I know we gave you so many Collings the last electric stream, but we have an I-35 Deluxe in dog hair to compare these two back to back. A lot of people want to know the differences between a 335 and the I-35.
Which, for reference, this is not a perfect comparison, only because this is not an LC, which 335s are laminated tops and backs with the block in the middle. This is not an LC, so this is a solid carved guitar with mahogany. But we'll get to that when we get to this guitar.
And I believe the I-35 is a little smaller than the 335.
Yeah. We'll hold them up side by side.
Hold them up side by side, yeah.
Yeah.
Do it now?
Yeah, very slightly.
So we're
Super
exactly
slight.
the same distance from the camera, and you can see that 335 is just a little more meat to it.
But like we had a question a couple weeks ago about if the 35 was like a 39, or if the I-35 was like a 339,
It's
and
not
no.
not that small.
Yeah, a 339 is if you're like 5'4" or shorter than that, a 339 is like the perfect guitar. I used to work with a shorter dude at the last guitar store I worked at, and I was trying to vicariously live through him by him getting a 339. I was like, that's the perfect guitar for you. You need to get that. But if you're a big boy like me, the 335 doesn't look too small on you, and it doesn't look too big on somebody that's
It really
smaller.
makes you look just like Chuck Berry, actually.
Yeah, I've been told that many times. You got the captain's hat?
Not on me. I did that just for you.
You turned all my tone knobs down? You Santa'd me? Very smooth of you. Yeah, just doing arena licks on a 35. Super lush. That's on bridge pickup. Let's see. There we go. This is another one where the setup on this is like absolutely perfect, dialed in. Like I bought pretty pricey guitars in the past that still needed a setup when I got them. But this one's better than all my guitars at home. I'm actually kind of jealous. See how it performs with a little loop. Just kidding. There was an old loop on there.
It's the name of my next album, Old Loop.
Old loop, yeah. That's looping for you, folks. Yeah, this thing is awesome. Yeah, this thing's got serious mojo. When I forget what I'm doing, when I forget I'm on stream during a loop is a good sign of it. Also, I'm like, the brown tortoise side dot inlays, I'm like literally like staring at them being like, the pink purple combo with that, with the ivory side, it like is like, I'm just spacing out being like, that's tight, just looking at it. Yeah, it's aesthetics are what they are, but when you're literally playing the guitar, enjoying the practical parts of it, and appreciating the visual aspects while getting the benefits of it, it's like this cycle, this thing that just keeps repeating. It's fun. It's what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. It's like
that's awesome.
Exponentially. Yeah, awesome is also
expensive.
Exponentially.
Yeah, so this will be an interesting comparison.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious.
For you semi-hollow body folks out there. Sounds a little hotter right off the bat.
Yeah, we're still on middle. A little bit more output, just a little bit.
Clearer.
Rounder, too.
Yeah.
Woodier.
The mids are a little happening.
But it's like low mids.
This is the guitar that Chat was excited to listen to.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess so.
Can we take a closer look at like dog hair on that?
100%. Yeah, this is an I-35 Deluxe in black dog hair. Just absolutely breathtaking guitar, but not in a like obnoxious way. It is not a sparkle. It is not a crazy burst. It is not a crazy flame. It is just a piece of mahogany that, through some time and effort and mojo, is just super classy and cool. Just like most of the stuff that Collings does. It's just like understated class. Like everything they do exudes that. It's awesome. I love that guitar. I love this one too. I'd be curious to see what the chat thinks. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, I feel like it sounds bigger and woodier, but
That is a phenomenal clean tone.
that is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of my clean tone, but this is doing a lot of the heavy lifting too. Let's try a little wet.
thickness, but not the muddiness. It's
Yes, you still get all the punctuation and the attack.
Kyle says that guitar definitely barks.
Yeah.
Staley,
But it doesn't bite.
Like it's got dog hair. Like you got dog hair.
Staley Explorers is curious what amp we're using.
We are using Fractal XFX 3 with my FC6 foot controller and a Boss RC500 because I don't have the proprietary XFX cable to use their looper. I love the XFX 3. That's what you're always going to hear on Electric Stream here. Huge fan of the product. We're using various amps and cabs on it.
until we get that Line 6 Pod XT, right?
Yeah, the discontinued one.
Yeah, the little red beam.
Little Red Bean. The reason we do that is basically just because if we're running amps with microphones in front of them, full volume, while we're trying to talk to each other and talk with the stream, it just becomes an issue. So
Well, and an unfortunate reality as well that we don't love talking about. There's right outside our studio door here, there's a transformer on a pole that is surely creating a lot of
interference.
just like RF stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my patches on here, my high gain ones, like you heard earlier, even in the humbucker setting on that Tony Iommi guitar, we were getting some feedback. I am like a total nerd when it comes to cutting that type of stuff out, and anybody with a home studio, I'm sure you've gone down that rabbit hole of like plugging your guitar in, hitting a chord, getting some feedback.
Through the radio.
And it's like, Hondro had like Elvis coming in through their basement, through their amp speaker when they were trying to record an album. And I've had just the worst stuff. I had when I was living with my girlfriend's parents a couple years ago, you could literally, they had dimmer switches everywhere in the house. And I literally was walking down the hallway one day and I just heard, and I went to a hole in the wall that I drilled to put a nail through to hang up like a art print up. And I put my finger to the wall and it stopped. So there was ungrounded wires in the wall. And this was a nice house. It was a really nice house. And they were like, it was not a poor living situation at all whatsoever. But it's just like, people don't wire living situations and businesses like in a way that people are going to be playing guitar in them.
Right.
People don't live their lives expecting you to have a big magnetic coil attached to a high gain overdrive pedal, which is just a recipe for disaster. But we all got to deal with it to, make music,
Bought a house last year, new house. And one thing that I noticed is notoriously missing from all like the listings and descriptions and photographs is electric guitar friendly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%.
I don't think anybody cares about that.
Yeah,
They don't care about us.
Yeah, like we had fiber installed at my house last week, and the guy was like, "Oh, perfect place. This music studio with the computers and everything in it. It'll be right there. You'll get really fast internet." And I was like, "No, please." And I'm just texting my girlfriend like, "Under no circumstances can
you install it next door?" Actually,
he literally the guy that did the appraisal was like, "Oh no, that's gonna look terrible. We got to go up through your garage, blah blah blah." And I was like, if it sounds good, that's what I care about. I don't care how it looks. But then the guy that actually came out and installed it, climbed up the side of my house and drilled it in from the outside.
Nice.
And I was like, that guy is really cool. But anyway, enough about Wi-Fi and electric and everything like that. But that's, you got me down the rabbit hole.
Let's get back to this Collings.
Did it again.
First time looping? First day looping? Yeah.
First day looping with Hondro's looper. I guess I probably shouldn't loop with delay on, should I, as well?
Not if the loop is last.
Did it again, folks.
I'm just hit play. It'll start looping after that.
Oh, will it?
Stop just like doesn't do the playback.
Oh,
initially.
yeah, it's Man, that's tough.
That's a good sound.
It's a this is a guitar right here, man.
Can we take a closer look at the inlays on that? I really love the inlays on that guitar.
I love all of Collings' inlays, but these double parallelograms are sick. Just another one of those things where it's like that Art Deco kind of style thing that, I don't know, just classy.
I think, if I recall correctly, I think we were the very first ones, not to pat ourselves on the back too much, but I think we were this was an existing inlay theme that Collings offered, but in the spirit of, like, kind of capturing a little bit of that, like, Gibson custom vibe, we wanted to add, long story short, they used to not do this inlay on the first fret, and we asked them if they would be willing to do that because, you know, Les Paul Custom or a Gibson ES 355, they always have that big, bold first fret inlay. And fortunately, Collings was glad to oblige there. The headstock on that one is really pretty spectacular, too, in terms of the inlay and everything. So pretty freaking sharp.
Who do we have here?
Hi, guys.
What's this?
This one just came in.
Is that yours?
That is not mine. Well, I
Not
built
yet.
it.
Is it mine?
No, but it's
Yours, valued as
yours.
customer.
It could be yours.
What
This-
color is that?
This is a dark cherry sunburst, and this is a Wood Library single cut McCarty 594 that we spec'd out almost 2 years ago at the factory.
Jeez.
Hand-picked top. Look at that thing.
Yeah, this is one of the. We could only pick one of the PRSs out of the lineup, so I picked
Bring
the
that up to
Sandstone
the.
one.
Bring that up closer to that second camera on your right.
Over here. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, kitty cats.
I wasn't kidding when I was talking about that flame earlier. They give us the dibs.
that
And then-
neck.
Yeah, that neck is
That's insane. I haven't seen that yet.
Look at that thing.
Yow.
still wrapped up. It's fresh. So we were speculating earlier. This guitar and the
DGT.
Santa Storm,
Yes.
Sandstorm. I'm sorry. Are these torrified or is that stained?
It's torrified.
It is torrified. Okay.
Nice.
So these are torrified
Thank
necks.
you for clarifying.
And these ones have Brazilian rosewood necks, so they're USA only.
Oh, is it?
Yep. So that's Brazilian.
Some nice Brazilian.
But yeah, we did these 2 years ago, and these just came in. These were actually the first ones I built for
Really?
the store.
No
These
way.
are the first models I've did.
Nice.
So, but I just want to pop in and ruin your life.
Yeah, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
This one should be on the website very soon.
Yeah, it should be
look
clear
at that thing.
tomorrow.
It's insane. Yo.
Such a
So dramatic.
deep freaking color.
Yeah.
Dude, this is I'm not a big cherry sunburst, but this top is just nailing
that's
this.
done really,
When the
really
grain is
right.
so deep and it adds
Exactly.
like that three-dimensional aspect to it,
It's
it's
like got a darkness in and of itself.
And this one's not totally symmetrical too in a cool way. It's got little bips and bobs
Yeah,
in there that
totally.
I like. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember picking these tops. I actually have all the pictures of the tops in my phone still. So,
The swamp ash on the back is really nice too.
yep. Swamp ash.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
All right, kids.
See you, bye.
Thank you, Granville.
So now, we've played two jazz guitars back to back. Just want to keep that theme going with the Floyd Rose purple
Trade you there.
80s shredder guitar.
I like that color.
Love this color.
The Joker special.
Yeah. We actually this is an iconic Evolution SD in royal purple over acid green, and we have a sibling guitar, whatever you want to call it, a twin to this one, fraternal twin.
Say evil twin?
Yeah, evil twin, Joker twin, evil Joker stuff. If you want to do some Joker stuff, we got 2 guitars for you.
We got 2 people for it.
This is the royal purple with acid green on it. We have an acid green with royal purple in it. So same thing where the bevel is getting eroded to the point where it reveals the other color, and they're reverse colors. So I wouldn't be shocked if somebody ends up buying both of these because they're, like I said, they're sibling guitars. Iconic is one of our newer brands, and the first time Donnie did, first 2 guitars we got, Donnie did a video about them. That's on our YouTube channel if you want to check it out. They sound phenomenal. They play amazing. The first time I played one, it was I forget what they call their, like, Stratocaster, just regular Stratocaster style. Maybe, it doesn't matter.
What's the VMT and the...
VMT,
That's the
or no,
Tele,
that's the Tele.
right. VMS.
VMS,
Modified
yeah. Vintage
Strat
modified
style.
Strats.
Yeah.
That guitar, amazing. Played phenomenally, and the neck reminded me very much of my Charvel DK24, which is one of my favorite guitars I've ever played. I think those guitars, for the money, man, for that amount of money, you get more guitar than you could even imagine that you could walk away with. This, to me, feels like the natural evolution of that. Wow. The natural evolution SD of that.
That's a purple evolution.
Oh no. Seems like
right,
the royal purple evolution of that. In that the neck feels almost identical, if not a little slimmer and a little wider. Could be wrong, could just be like the way that it feels on there. But this feels like your 80s shredder guitar in every sense of the word, in the best way possible. Like, the neck is what I wished so many Super Strat necks are. It's what I...
The headstock
Yes,
is
hear
so
it.
freaking
100%.
cool, too.
Let's get some gain going. There it is, folks. I'm not the biggest Floyd Rose fan, but I do love the like timbre that it adds to some notes. Like,
When you pick hard, it's got an extra bite to it, I feel like.
yeah, it's got like a little like purr to it.
Yeah.
And the Floyd on here is super responsive. Stays in tune great though. These strings are so thin, I'm abusing them.
Kyle Cease was interested in the pickups in that machine
These
you got
are-
there. So the Iconic Revolution Assault.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is
In-house,
also my
right.
favorite Halo game too, Revolution Assault.
that a real game?
No, the first one's called Combat Evolved, so it sounded like don't dismissively do that. Like I'm the only guy that knew what Halo was.
Play some Philippia.
Yeah. Oh, the guy with the Floyd Rose is talking about Xbox.
With a Joker guitar.
We better just stop.
Yeah, we're taking a hold, dude. We'll see you next week, guys.
Every time.
Every
the loop
time.
was on there. Man.
Every time, dude. Every time.
At least we're consistent.
Yeah.
You got this, dude. Keep
I
going.
got it, guys. I'm doing it for you folks out there. Yeah, Iconic as a brand, I just can't wait to get more of these. Like, everything we've gotten from them has been sick. This is exactly as advertised.
I just came in to cool your hands off. Sorry, they're burning.
Appears Iconic isn't the only people doing Joker stuff.
What's next, guys? We getting swampy on that Grosh?
We're getting swampy.
That's
over
what
here,
Kyle
folks.
asked. Kyle's requesting some swamp.
Any people other than Kyle, I can't tell you how much I'd rather hear from you.
Better specify that you know who Kyle is.
I was talking about, different Kyle. No, I'm just kidding.
So, folks, today we're taking a look at the Don Grosh baritone guitar.
What's the scale length on that?
28.5 inches.
Halfway to a bass.
Yeah, this thing.
Your math skills are impressive.
They don't pay me to do math here.
I want that guitar.
So this guitar is special, to say the least. I have been waiting to see the Don Grosh box show up on our door ever since I started working here, and I knew that we carried them. It was one of my favorite boutique guitars that came in at the last store that I worked at. When I saw that it was a baritone, I was like, whoa, that's unbelievable. Didn't know they even made those. And when I saw the order sheet, I saw that it was a 28.5-inch scale length. So in between, you know, your typical baritone of 27 inches and your like bass 6 territory of 30 inches, which I'd never even heard of a company doing before. I think that's awesome. Like really, really cool and creative stuff.
They utilize the body well with the bridge being all the way.
Yeah, they use all of the real estate, which there's only a couple drawbacks that I can think of that. And that I've noticed from playing is that sometimes I feel like when you're playing heavy rhythmic stuff, this is literally only for heavy rhythmic stuff. But if you're playing a baritone, that's kind of what you'll be doing a lot of the time. Your palm, you can't hang out down by the bridge, so you kind of have to play in the middle. But the string tension is so high and that you're so close down here to the bridge, and there's the bridge pickup in there, that it's not a huge adjustment. It's not a one-to-one to your typical guitar, though. It is a slight adjustment. But I like this thing so much, I reached out to them and ordered one myself. So, can't wait. This thing is absolutely awesome. Listen to that beauty guitar. This has TV Jones Magnetron pickups in there, which I have used a couple times before. Never in a remotely similar application to this, though, in like a baritone guitar or something. They're voiced to sound like TV Jones single coils, but without any hum, essentially. Which no hum to be heard.
Can we hear some Deftones on that?
You can hear some good tones on it.
Hey, I like the Deftones. I may be the only one in the room.
Oh, I like the Deftones too. I just was talking about the guitar tones. He's skeptical. Tell me what I like.
I'll see. I guess I'm alone.
Nah, you don't like that.
Jay Bernheim asked to play some Deftones, so it wasn't out of nowhere.
Okay, yeah.
Well, they like characteristically always played the baritone guitars.
Exactly, yeah, no. And I would say, what's his name? Stephen Carpenter, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually very, very deserves a lot of credit in popularizing baritone guitars and 7-string extended range in general. He was one of the first guys that I heard talking about Meshuggah. He was like in a Guitar World magazine being like, Meshuggah is the tightest band ever. They play 8-string guitars. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. More of the interview was talking about Meshuggah than talking about his own band. And
is he a Ibanez guy or was?
He was an Ibanez guy, and now he's ESP, I believe.
Oh,
he's got some signatures from ESP. But yeah, I'm not the biggest Deftones guy, but I like them, and I do definitely appreciate their place on the Baritone Hall of Fame. The middle setting on this is just like...
to play any Lisa Loeb?
Just go to drop A.
Without hesitation.
Oh, hey. Let's try a loop with the baritone just to see how that works with the I was honestly more impressed, not that I wasn't impressed with the gain sounds of this. I was more impressed with the clean sounds of this guitar. It's
getting a guitar that's tuned that low to behave in a clear way is not necessarily the easiest thing to accomplish. So
No.
I think just the chiminess of the pickups, the ash body, the scale length,
100%.
it's all, it's not just an accident that all this stuff ended
Yeah,
up in
it's
one
it's
guitar.
it's the sum of its parts, 100%. And I'd say I looked, and again, the 28.5 inches is doing a huge amount of the heavy lifting. The second I saw the order form and I saw that on there, I was like, this guitar is going to rip regardless. But as I saw the bridge placement, the pickup placement, the way they did the body, everything, even to the fact, this is the only gripe I have about this guitar, is they really limited the amount of frets they give you access to. It's only got 18 frets. Now, is that a huge deal? Not really.
For you, it is.
For me, it is.
For most people,
Yeah.
though, but for the way you play, obviously.
Yeah, I play a lot of, I play in the key of E major a lot, and I want to go, but I can't get that fret right there. That is it. That's the only drawback. And I'm still ordered one, so obviously it's not that big. I put on the order form, could I get an 19th fret,
I'll
please?
hammer an extra fret on there for you. No charge, man.
So,
Free of charge.
so Don, if you're out there, if you don't want to make me a 19th fret, I'll still take one. But if you could make
Just have him make me one while he's doing yours. Just make sure mine's a little nicer than yours somehow. If you could ask him that, I'd sure appreciate it.
But if I asked him, would he make it as nice for you? Wouldn't you have to?
We'll see what happens.
Did it again. What time do you have?
We're at 4:57 p.m. So, to blow
Cool.
through a couple more guitars before 4:15, 4:20 mark. 5:15, 5:20.
Sounds like you already hit that 420 mark.
I don't know what you're talking about. I surely do not know.
If there's any favorites,
Let us know.
Yeah, please.
I'd like to know what's speaking to somebody.
Yeah, I'd like to know any opinion.
Come on,
about
Kyle,
any
tell
guitar out there. Kyle, now's your time.
We haven't played the Anderson yet.
We have not played the Anderson.
Yeah, we got 3 to go.
It's coming up.
two to go. This one and
Yeah, we could hit the
get
Tele.
Oh, we could hit the Tele.
Yeah. The Tele we only have to play for a couple seconds. I thought the history behind the pickup was kind of cool, so that
Yeah.
might be worth diving
Well,
into.
we don't often get a lot of these carved tops in here, so this is a
This
treat.
this thing is
Seriously.
cool. Matt has been telling me about these Suhr standard arch tops.
carved top.
Oh, it said arch top on the
Carved top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Suhr standard carved top. He's been telling me about these since I started working here. And this is the first one we've got, and it really is super impressive. It
Just the dish that it
Yeah,
has
and
is so
the angle it
satisfying.
comes out to, combined with the binding, combined with the stain, it takes I don't want to throw any names under the bus, but you know the brands I'm talking about. It looks like some of those cheaper double cuts, but doing it the right way.
It's so reminiscent of the Suhr guitars, like the Mark Knopfler guitar. The classic Mark Knopfler guitar. It's like that. That's just what that carve, and you see how the light reflects off of it, and there's just something to it that's
It reminds me of a lot of the stuff, the carved tops that Mayonnaise has been doing for the last few years too, like the guitar they built for.
mayonnaise.
Is it? when I know it's coming, is it? It's like
Sorry, we like to give each other a hard time here.
Yeah, Mayonnaise had made a carved top for Aaron Marshall before he went with Schecter. That the bevels on the top of it very much remind me of this. This guitar rips. The responsiveness of this vintage style trim is just amazing.
You're welcome.
It's a team effort. Let's hear some leads or some rhythm, actually, some gain.
Let's. So as always, Suhr pickups, phenomenal. They make a good pickup. So super compressed in a good way, just like crazy like. Like you can hit those. Hear every note in the chord.
Would you liken that in any sense to an Ibanez S-style guitar?
It's a more with more meat on her. I love Ibanez S series, but this definitely has more meat to the back of it. It's not quite as beveled, but yeah.
Well, I guess not so much like the body, but like maybe like the neck and the feel.
The neck and the feel, yeah. I'd say the neck is a little thicker, deeper than
because
some
Ibanez
of the
is going to be the
stuff.
flattest stuff out
Ibanez
there, pretty
is the
much.
Flattest. I believe I have a Japanese S series from the '90s that the neck is like 670 on the first fret, which
That's
is
like a hair,
literally insane. Like Tom Anderson, when I was building a guitar, I don't think they let me get lower than 790 or something like that. So it was entire like 1/10 of an inch bigger. Yeah, this guitar in DNA shares a lot with the S series. You got more meat, and through that you get a little bit more meat in the tone too. But it still has all that spankiness. It still has. It doesn't have the bridge that typically comes with an S series guitar is your ZR tremolo, which is a proprietary tremolo to Ibanez that is a really cool tremolo. I don't think they make it anymore too, which is kind of a bummer, but not to get off on that tangent. Big fan of the S series, big fan of this guitar. I think if you like that guitar, you would like this guitar a lot. This is definitely more towards the center than that guitar. That guitar is more often shredder land. This is a little more towards the center, but it checks all the shredder boxes for sure.
I'm not an aficionado on the Ibanez S series stuff, obviously, at all. Do they have maple tops on them?
No, they're all typically that. Yeah, that's another thing. So that actually they're typically mahogany or basswood. So the thick maple cap on this might give you some of the spankiness that the Ibanez has.
The mids will be totally different too. I would think. Just in the sound.
Yeah,
it's all what you plug it into. Oh, love how they match the white pickups to the white binding.
Yeah, this the thing that really stood out to me most, other than the appearance of the top, is how responsive this vintage style tremolo and the way they cut out a little bit under there. I've played a lot of guitars with Godot 510s on them, and this does not feel like that, but not in a bad way. Like, it feels different enough. it feels more vintagey, but not any less responsive, and it doesn't knock the guitar out of tune at all. It was actually very refreshing to play a trem that worked and felt as good, but just operated a little differently. It's kind of like when I play my Strandberg, where the trem is a little bit different, and it makes me just articulate things a little bit more different. On the same topic, my Strandberg has Suhr pickups in it. Suhr pickups they really know how to wind a pickup. They really just kill it.
And this is their Thornbucker in this guitar. So just for reference sake for people listening, that's like their kind of like their interpretation of a PAF with a little bit of elevated clarity and separation out of it.
Nice.
So it's not, while it does have some compression to it, it's not like the Ultra Shredder pickup at
definitely
all.
more open, yeah.
And what's interesting is, you've got the maple top and blah, 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 it's carved or whatever, but it's a bolt-on neck guitar with a 25.5-inch scale length. So this is not trying to, while it's a PAF-ish pickup, it's not trying to do a Les Paul thing at all.
No.
Yeah.
So it's just a cool mixture of Fender-y and Gibson-y and
Yeah. And I am a huge fan of that when you put a PF into a guitar with way more mids and treble, the spank added to that really balanced sound, it lets you goose more. You don't have to play with as much gain as you typically would with a more compressed pickup, because there's just more breathing room, you know?
Yep.
Not that I don't like a super compressed pickup. I love a compressed pickup.
I usually avoid pickups altogether.
Yeah, I don't like pickups. This is a cool one we just got in. Love the finish on this one.
Seriously.
Yeah, this is we're talking dog hair Fridays. This is black dog hair, or black with white dog hair.
But it's bursted.
It's bursted, yes. You can see it disappear towards the edge, and it's on a swamp ash body. So what's cool about the dog hair finish is it lets the wood shine, and your guitar is really the deciding factor on how it's going to look. Pardon my smudges from sweaty hands.
Hey, don't go touching the guitars.
Sorry, guys.
He's in for touching.
So this is a Tom Anderson classic, or the classic, depending on who you ask. I'm waiting on my Anderson that I ordered a few months ago, and we got an Anderson box a couple days ago, and I thought it was mine, and it wasn't. It was this one.
I'm going to figure out a way to have my Anderson show up before yours.
And then the conspiracy started.
Yeah.
But then when I took this one out and I played it, I was like, this is really cool. So my disappointment in that I didn't get a guitar quickly turned into, this is a cool guitar.
For those of you who are uninitiated up until this point, Griffin has a really ridiculous Anderson Angel. Is it Angel?
Yeah, Angel
On order.
strawberry
that's what he's
shortcake.
referring
Strawberry
to.
shortcake.
It's supposed to be here any day now, so we thought
this was it.
We'll have to do a video or a stream or something
Yeah,
when
of
it gets
course.
here.
Well,
Yeah.
we definitely will.
unboxing.
Yeah, there we go.
100%. Yeah. Again, not to talk too much about another guitar while we have this one. This one, like, the whole point of that story was this one was so cool, I forgot even that I was disappointed, because I was like, ooh, we got to play this one in the stream. And Matt's talking about, speccing one out too, so we got to geek out over it and be like, oh, well, I didn't do this feature, should you do this one in yours, should you do this one, or like, just basically just brainstorming, and we got to check a lot of things off the list, because we literally were out of them. We'd sold all of our Andersons, because
Can't hold on to them.
we can't hold on to them.
Seriously.
They're unbelievably made guitars, like nuts and bolts of it all, like head to toe. They maybe put more attention, them and Collings probably put more attention into every little aspect of it than any brand I've ever seen.
The R&D that goes into any square inch of that guitar is catastrophic.
Yeah, Roy from Anderson, shout out Roy. Unlisted number. If you get a call from an unlisted number, it's Roy.
I found that out the hard way myself.
Yeah, when I was doing my order, I ignored like 4 calls from an unlisted number, and then he's like, "Hey, I've been trying to call you all day." So
He left me a voicemail. I was like, "Do you want an Anderson guitar or not? Like, what is this?"
They just, from the things they tell you about what they do, from like their tuning system to every little bit of it. It's kind of like what Santa Cruz does with their testing, where it's like you're like, how did you get that deep down the rabbit hole? Like, what you're telling me makes sense, but how did you get from, hey, let's make a guitar, to we have to make sure they resonate at the same frequency, and then we...
That's what's crazy.
like,
it's walking this line between scientific perfection and soul.
Yeah, and like fetishism.
Those two are... What's the word? The term mutually exclusive. Usually,
yeah.
Like, am I getting that backwards?
No, like you can't have both. Like you can only have one. Yeah.
But they've figured out how to eliminate that.
How to marry ergonomics and style and aesthetic.
Right.
Yeah, because like on one end of the spectrum, you could say like Strandberg. They are the most ergonomic.
Yes.
And with the style and the aesthetic kind of comes second to the actual physical nature of the guitar and how you play it and how it sounds. And with Anderson, it's like it may look like an S-style guitar, but oh my God, what's under the hood, you can't even imagine
instance,
until you just feel it.
Strandberg doesn't have a shop where they're making them by hand too, so it's like you're getting the best they can do by a production model. Whereas these guys are making everything from scratch and taking that same level of ergonomic approach and really spending the R&D and the time on it. So,
just physically holding that guitar before you put a chord out, before you start bending strings or plugging the thing in, it feels like you're holding a freaking weapon.
Yeah.
It's like...
You also feel like
this thing might hurt me if I'm not careful.
Yeah, you also feel like you're holding work. Yeah. I feel like I'm holding hours and hours and hours and hours of dozens of people's work.
And something that's meant to be played, not to be hung on a wall, to be played and enjoyed and to be used.
Yeah, like some of these guitars I play, and while they are phenomenal guitars, they sound phenomenal, they play phenomenal, they cooperate, all that stuff, I feel guilty playing them because they feel more like pieces of art than they do a music making tool, you know? And the Andersons, I'd say, hit the highest level of artistic lutherie and the highest level of utilitarian music-making tool. Bar none. There's nobody out there that can make a guitar that is as nice and as functional as far as electrics goes. With acoustic, you listen to Matt every week. From my experience...
And it's Yamaha. The answer is Yamaha.
So let's hear this thing.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Get a little bit down on the rabbit hole, Hand lip service. Mess up a pinch harmonic 5 times.
Make it 6.
That bridge pickup is just so dialed in.
Is it the H2 Plus?
I think it's the H2 Plus. This was the one where I was like, should I have gotten the Plus? Is that going to be too much output? And then I heard this.
HC 2 Plus.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah, this thing's
Just
phenomenal.
getting into that, dude.
I know, right? Well, I wanted to have a little bit of time for that guitar before Hondro rushes us out the door, you know.
It is always Hondro rushing us out.
Hey,
the
it's
door.
not my
like
fault.
He's got
It's not my
somewhere to
fault.
be or something. It's like he doesn't
Yeah.
understand that we're his only friends.
Yeah.
Griffin, tell us where some of this material is coming from.
The leads are all just improvised. Some of the riffs are one of my band's Cloy. And yeah, pretty much anything I play on here is going to be one of my bands, either the Armstrong Limit or Cloy. We have music available on Spotify. And,
Do you have T-shirts available?
we do have T-shirts available as well.
Were there any models involved with that T-shirt?
I was
Yes.
going to ask the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Same question. Please answer.
Anyways,
So yeah, I put this one at the end for a reason, because I would spend too much time with it. I would play it too much because
I'm gonna need you to put that down.
Yeah,
let it go.
I don't have as good of a poker face as Matt does about which one my favorite is.
People always know. They always know.
You can just look at the chapter length on our videos, and you're like,
And if you want to see a Joker face, that guitar.
Joker face.
Yeah. So this Telecaster we just got in today. It's a Telecaster Custom limited edition from the custom shop. It's a Q knife or Q, like I don't know how you say it, but it's
Q-Nafe.
Q-Nafe.
Q-Nafe?
C uppercase C, lowercase U.
It's on the
uppercase
screen.
N.
Yeah,
you can
it's-
see in there. It's written out really. It's written out really
Was
weird.
it was copper,
I just appreciate
nickel,
the fact that he was going to spell it out.
copper,
for us.
nickel, iron? Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah, copper, nickel, and iron. So when we got the thing, it looked like it was that old meme format where they would type uppercase, lowercase to be sarcastic to you. And I thought it was the guys at the custom shop being sarcastic. But no, it's because it's got copper, nickel, and iron in it. So CU.
The alloy
and
of the
FE.
pickups. Yeah.
The alloy of the pickups. This wide range humbucker right here. I was very curious about that. So when we were setting up the stream today, I plugged it in, and this pickup sounds really cool. Just very huge. Huge for a Tele.
You look just like Keith Richards with that guitar.
Exactly. Spitting image.
I think you look like Rich Keithers with that guitar. So if you want a Tele that can do unbelievable amount of stuff, this would be a great option. Like buttery lead.
I'm going to ask an uncomfortable question. Can you go back to clean? When I say uncomfortable, I mean I'm going to blatantly put you and more so this guitar on the spot. Oftentimes I've noticed, I'm not trying to pick on anybody or anything, but with a larger dual coil humbucking pickup, oftentimes that implies higher output than a measly little, single coil.
Right.
I would be really curious to know, in a clean setting, is there a drastic volume difference
Let's
between
hear.
those two pickups?
Actually, no. There's a huge EQ difference,
Yes.
which is what you want out of multiple pickups. So great, point in Fender's favor. Middle sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's really balanced.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like it's a little thinner on that end, but it's supposed to be.
Little bit.
You know what I
It
mean.
probably this is purely anecdotal and purely just spitballing. Maybe it's because it's the wide range humbucker, so it's not just giving you more output; it's giving you more EQ spectrum.
Sure.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Can we take a closer look at the overspray on that? I'm really interested in that.
Oh yeah, the relicing on this is unbelievable, particularly right here. Me and
Hold it closer.
me and Hondro were saying that it looked like like an island system or something like that, like the Philippines or something like that.
It's a great relic.
Geography very well, do you?
I know where St. Louis is.
I don't actually know what the word geography means.
Yeah, you don't get paid enough to know.
They pay you guys here?
Just love that 3-tone sunburst underneath the heavy relic Olympic
freaking cool.
white. Awesome.
All the checking on it.
Yeah, they really know how to do it.
That mint green wide bevel pickguard. Ugh.
And compared to some of the, I mean, not to, these are expensive guitars, but the amount of relicing you get from Fender for the price, they really do. You get the most beat up guitar for the money from the Fender custom shop for sure. Whereas other places, they really do. They charge a lot for relicing. I mean, not there's anything wrong with that. But if there's any questions anybody has, just please leave them in the.
What are the favorites?
Let's see.
Let's hear some
get
favorites,
to the meat
guys.
of it.
Kyle says that the overspray finish is pretty tasty, but I haven't heard any favorites. Please, guys, let's just comment a favorite. Let us know which one you're thinking is the winner of today. You got to vote. Somebody,
You
please.
have to.
We know I'm the loser of today. We all know that.
The fact that I'm subjected to this might make me the loser.
Don't turn the crowd against me, man.
You know what I would
I brought you here for credibility.
You know what I would be doing if we're working on this right now? I don't know either.
Selling guitars. Jacob
Grilling meat.
Height said the Tele is the winner.
This
Really?
thing rips. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I was excited for it for a reason. I brought it in here and I was like, we need a spot for that corner. And then I was like, oh, well, it's as cool as any of the other.
Kyle says the Suhr wins by default. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
By
Ooh.
default.
Ooh.
Even over the Anderson. Interesting.
Even, yeah, apparently.
Interesting.
It's a sick guitar.
Looks like
It's-
Kyle's in the market for a Suhr.
He is.
I wonder where he can get one of those. Will you let him know?
Yeah.
Yeah, let him know.
They're kind of hard to come by right now.
Yeah. Well, guys. If
One
there's
vote for Tele, one vote for Suhr. If we get one more vote
Yeah.
that lines up with anything,
Can I cast my vote?
cast your vote, yeah.
How much time do we have here?
No time. Let's all pick one. I'm going to pick that Grosh baritone. That's my number one.
I'm gonna say the Anderson personally. Not to pick any favorites, but that's quite literally what we're doing here. So I'm gonna go with the Anderson.
I'd say it's a tie between the Anderson and the baritone.
Oh, pick one. You have to.
The baritone, because I
Okay.
ordered it.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Fair enough.
All right.
Well, guys, we'll see you next week. Super excited. We're going to have some acoustic stuff next week. And then after that, we'll probably just get some more cool stuff.
After
Always.
that, we are talking about knives.
Knife Stream.
Yeah.
Pocket
Knife Stream
knives,
2022.
people.
It's going to be a knives time, everybody. We'll see you next week.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for joining us.